So it's been no surprise that many of us have been struggling since the election. The fuck? Oh, let me look at my phone. The fuck? Fuck me. I think that's all I've actually been talking about. And while there's been plenty of articles and video essays telling you that you need to feel your feelings, I mean, they're right. Denying that you feel how you feel isn't going to actually fix anything. Feeling all this danger coming and trying to convince yourself that nothing's actually wrong is a solid way to cause yourself to freak the fuck out. I mean, not that I have ever engaged in such shenanigans. But I have learned that holding on to bullshit will not save you. I mean, but personally, I'm a bit tired of feeling all these feelings. Trust me, I have all the goddamn feelings, and I have been actively feeling them all the fucking time. I don't want this. Fuck, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I really don't. What, am I the only one finding himself just randomly yelling into the ether about how much I don't want this? Just me? Just me? Cool. Cool. That's cool. And then I had to have like a little come to Jesus moment with my own brain, which is weird because my brain doesn't quite believe in Jesus, but at the same time, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I keep reading so much and ingesting every possible horror coming from this Lovecraftian nightmare that is our next sitting president. And for what? No, seriously, for what? For me, I realized it was like I was actively punishing myself. I felt so much horror and somehow guilt for the world that my kids are now going to be raised in a space I can't for sure say I can protect them. I looked at the election as not just society failing them, but somehow I failed them. And for that, I found myself actively self-flagellating. With news. I have this feeling of dread for the marginalized communities that are going to suffer. My community is going to suffer. I don't know what all this means for the world, and my kids are growing up in it, and how it affects them. I don't know. My lack of control made me attempt to control something I could. Ingesting all of the dangerously insane nut jobbery that was on the table, I mean, it makes me feel shitty, but at the same time, I gotta get over that shit, buddy. Like, life is rough. Slurp that shit up. But not this past weekend. This past weekend, my phone died, and I just let it die, you know? I sat in front of my TV. I watched a lot of Arcane. It's my favorite fucking thing. Watched a bunch of TV with my kids. Went to their soccer practice. Kids went away for the night. I had dinner with my wife by ourselves. It was just a nice weekend, you know? A very hyper-local, offline weekend. And by this week, I did feel a little bit better. I mean, everything was still on fire when I came back. It wasn't like, oh, this fire is so much bigger now that I left and come back. No, it's about the same damn size. My active flogging of my brain out of some sort of guilt or fear for my children's future will not make things better. And when you find yourself in that position, you realize that maybe I'm missing the plot. You don't need to stand directly next to the 4-alarm fire to remember the house is on fire. I mean, anyone with common sense would be like, hey, get away from the fire. The dangerous fire you're standing next to. Get away from that. Standing there is not going to help.
Please surrender farther away from the still exploding building. Stand up. Run. Behave like a person who wants to live.
But this is me today. I'm standing next to the fire. But in a couple days, I'm going to go into the air conditioning of my kids' hugs and kisses and peak television, you know? Something, airplane, mask, put yours the fuck on, you know?